Donna that this is what she gets for marrying my ex. I was in shock. That day, things got pretty dramatic between Donna and Steve. Luckily, it turned out Steve didn't really sleep with Ashley, but she had lured him in and locked him drunk to ruin Donna's wedding. Of course, Donna was curious about the drama that happened between the two, and when Ashley insisted on being her bridesmaid, Donna had no clue it was because she wanted to destroy her wedding. If you liked my story, please like, comment, and subscribe to get more videos.
Just eating cheese. Cheese-o. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
We started dating 4 years ago. We had met through a mutual group of friends, and we instantly fell in love. James was everything I asked for. Tall, handsome, good-looking, well-educated, and rich. The first few months of our relationships were amazing. We spent time doing all kinds of things that couples do. We had getaway weekends together, trips, parties, and so much more. Everything was perfect.
We got like 3 shops.
Suspicious. I didn't see the signs.
Oh yeah.
I talked to
Nothing
a man.
else.
I didn't
Guess
get
what?
angry.
It's
I
my
assured him countless
Borna,
times
are you Borna, don't touch it.
in my life, but it never worked. He was
Come on.
extremely jealous all the time, to the point that I couldn't take it
we're
anymore.
not playing with the
I
chalk
told him
today.
that I needed to break up with him, but
You guys,
it hate me
you guys
not
are gonna
to.
save the chalk
He
for later.
promised
You guys
me that
doing
he'll
this
do
today?
better
I
and
give them
stop
food
his
already.
childish behavior.
I give him
agreed,
chips.
so I gave him one
Snacks?
last
Okay,
chance.
good.
I
The
get
next day,
orange,
he
orange,
flowers,
orange.
and a cute small penny
That's
bag.
right.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to eat burgers for dinner.
Things between us. I happily accepted the
Here,
gift.
throw the box bag away.
Relationship.
Baby, I got it. I got a baby.
Can
Stop.
I have a good jump
Said,
Okay, kids aren't going inside because they're still wet and dirty.
My feet is dry.
Here, put this down. Come on. Let's go.
Me?
What are you doing?
My
What are you guys doing? Move. What are you doing?
my feet is dry. That was for flying over.
Cleansing. James, bring his knife over here. Get this another sister.
Camera is 2 hours and something. Hi. No. This is how let's go play. Just seconds. Play with what? Let's go.
That's what I'm saying. Why did you guys want to come inside?
Jenny, why are you playing my
Play
sandal?
with the frisbee.
Jenny, why are you?
Play with the frisbee.
I'm playing with the ball.
I'm gonna tickle you a lot later tonight, Jenny.
I'm playing with
Tickly time.
Okay, come on. Me and Daddy have played frisbee. Out, you. I need to use the bathroom.
Go. What you oh, it's just you plus this water.
I need the pee.
Oh my god, your feet are dirty. I don't want you dirty the floor. Clean up your feet. Clean up your feet. I need to hear that.
Step on doing it. Okay, Danny, please. Again. Do it again. Do it again. Florida, Jenny, go. I need to use the bathroom. I'm fine. No, not yet. No. Jenny!
Keep that ugly doll in your bed. I looked around and it was my childhood doll. My mom had given it to me on my 6th birthday, and I kept it. I responded, "How did you know I had a doll?" He replied, "Because all girls have one." I didn't question at first, but the next day I was getting ready for work and I was wearing a short blue dress. I was standing in front of the mirror checking myself when I got another message from him saying, "You need to wear jeans and a t-shirt. Don't go out on the streets like that." But then he immediately deleted it. I was shocked. How the hell was he spying on me? I searched the whole room like a crazy person to check if there were any hidden cameras. I looked behind the door, in my closet, next to the lamp, and under the bed. I found nothing. That's when I noticed his teddy bear sitting on the table. I took it and opened it using a knife. I took out all the wool stuffing inside, and that's when I found it. A little black camera and a wire. What? That's why he has been acting so nice to me? He's been spying on me. I was agitated and furious. I didn't need to break up with him. I just went straight to the police, telling them the whole story. However, when I got out of the police station, a car came fast and hit me. For a few moments, I couldn't see or feel anything. Just heard a sound of a crash, and then I passed out. I was in the hospital. I was hearing voices and seeing flashes of light, but I wasn't aware of what was really going on. All I knew was that I opened my eyes 2 days later, and my friends and family were sitting by my bed. I asked them what happened, but nobody answered. They avoided looking into my eyes. Was there something wrong? They told me that it was James who hit me with his car, but he died in the accident. I was devastated. It was not my intention to kill him. I only wanted the police to make him stop. I didn't get the chance to attend James's funeral, but I knew that his whole family blamed me. Whenever I entered a place where people knew us both, everyone would look at me like I was some kind of criminal, like I was the cause of James's death. I had to put up with it until one day I got a strange text message that said, "You killed our most valuable member. Now you will have to cooperate with us. Bring us the black case in his room. We will send you more info about where to meet us later." At first, I didn't pay it any attention. I thought it was some kind of joke. I spent my day as usual. But the next day, I got another text message that said, "If you want to stay alive, then do as we say. We told you to get that black case from his room. Do it. You only have 24 hours." That's when I felt like something serious was going on. Who the hell were these people? And why were they texting me? I thought of going to the police, but then I decided not to. I was traumatized by what happened previously and didn't need any more trouble. They only wanted the black case, then I'll get it for them and be done with the whole thing. I went to James's apartment. I had his key because I used to spend the nights there. I searched every inch of it like a crazy woman, but I found nothing. I sent a message to those people telling them that I didn't find anything and left. On my way home, I was scared. I felt like someone was watching me, so I kept looking behind my back. I was relieved when I got into my apartment and locked the door. Silly, I know, but it somehow made me feel safe. What is in that case that they wanted so bad, I wondered. I went to get a glass of water when I saw that huge teddy bear looking back at me. That bear was also a gift from James. It was one of those huge, heavy ones that you can sit in their lap. It was so huge that I couldn't keep it in my room. I had to put it in the hall. Wait, could he? I looked suspiciously at that bear, and I had a weird looking at it. I took a knife and ripped that teddy bear apart. I took the wool stuffing out, and there it was, before my eyes, the big black case. I opened the case as fast as I could. I needed to know what's inside, and I was shocked. The case was full of money, stacks and stacks of $100 bills before my eyes. Why the hell would James have that amount of money? I mean, I knew that he was rich and that his parents had a few companies here and there, but he was not rich enough to have that amount of money. I counted the stacks, and they were $5 million. Apparently, I was a girlfriend to a thief, a fraud, a sick person who hides his crimes in my house. Who
I love Rakuten. It's basically free money.
It's an easy way to earn cash back on the stuff I'm already buying.
Sometimes it's 3%, sometimes it's 8%, but you're always getting cash back.
So it's like getting free money.
Go to Rakuten.com and sign up today for a $10 bonus.
Who knows what James was? He sat on the floor, staring at the case. What should I do now? Will the police believe me if I tell them? The clock was ticking. Sooner or later, those people would find out about the case and come find me. And for some stupid reason, I decided to tell my dad. I mean, he's the older one. He's who's supposed to know what to do. I called him, telling him that I was in trouble. He came rushing. I told him the whole story and why we should head to the police station. But when Dad saw the money, he was shocked. It was his first time seeing that amount of money, and he had a different idea. Honey, this money is a gift from heaven. No one knows about it. What do you mean, Dad? I mean, let's just take it and escape. The people who are after James don't know that you have it. We could travel for a while and come back 2 months later. No one would find out about us. I knew where this was coming from. My parents had always been poor. They could barely manage their necessities. Mom had cancer, so she couldn't work. She always had doctor and hospital appointments that cost a lot of money. Dad also had to stay by her side, so he also stopped working at some point. He had to take loans from the bank. He was practically drowning in debt, and when he saw the money, he thought it was his ticket out of all this trouble. I agreed. I didn't like seeing my dad that desperate. 3 hours later, we had everything ready. We booked tickets to Russia. I managed to pack only the necessary things, and Dad only got a few things, including his passport. We were on our way to the airport, feeling excited. The case had $5 million that could change both of our lives. But before we got on the plane, 2 police officers stopped us. We were arrested for cooperating with the drug dealer. A drug dealer? OMG! The police knew that James was involved in a gang and that the money was illegal. They were watching his apartment, and when they saw me going out, they suspected me and started watching me. Heading to the airport was the wrong move. They thought that I was part of the whole thing and that I helped him hide that money. What the hell? Hours of investigation went by. I showed them the messages, I told them how he used a teddy before to spy on me, and I told them that I already told the police once. James tried to kill me, and he ended up dead. They were finally convinced that I had nothing to do with James, but they said that I would still be pressed with charges and that I was going to spend time in jail. Stealing illegal money was still a crime. The only way to reduce the number of years I was about to have was by helping them catch the real criminals. The next day, I sent another message to those people. I told them that I found the case and I was ready to hand it over. They sent me an address. It was behind some dumpster in one of the city streets in the middle of the night. They said they would only take it by hand, which meant that I had to be there. I couldn't leave it. So I went, feeling scared and shaking. I knew that the police had my bag and that the whole area was protected, but it didn't make me feel more relaxed. I stood there holding the case, waiting. I was walking nervously back and forth. Many drunk and homeless people passed by me, but no one asked for the case. 1 hour passed, but no one came. Aren't they coming? We waited another hour, but no one came. The plan didn't work. No one came for the case. The whole thing was over. I spent 2 years in jail. They said I was lucky to have only spent that much, but I couldn't wait to get out. It was horrible. However, things got worse when I got a message on my new phone telling me to watch my back. It was from those people. They knew I cooperated with the police, and they were coming for revenge. I often think what would have happened if I just let James spy on me. I could have kept everything as is, and I would not have gone through all of this, and I wouldn't be living in fear like I am now. I was always a daddy's girl growing up. My dad and I did everything together, but it got to me to end up calling a stranger to our home just to get back at my stepmother. I can't remember exactly how my family imploded, but my mom found out my dad was having an affair with this woman, Helen. Then my dad left my mom for Helen. Then worst of all, he proposed to Helen before the divorce was even finalized. Devastated. I knew I would never convince myself that Helen had manipulated my dad. He never would have done this to my mom and me if she hadn't sunk her claws into him. I hated her with every fiber of my being. I looked forward to the moment my dad would ask me to live with him after the divorce. I imagined all the ways I would tell him no, that he was a liar, and I wouldn't live with him for $1 million. But he never asked. Just accepted a custody deal with him every other weekend. I was stunned and so hurt. He didn't even want me. He would rather have Helen than his own daughter. My first few visits to his new house were awful. Being in the same room as Helen made me see red. She was loud, annoying, and took up all my dad's attention. She would talk about she finally met my dad at the grocery store. Like meeting a married guy and stealing him away from his family was cute. I wanted to find a way to get my dad to break up with her and go back to being my dad. I was talking to my wife about the situation, and she had a great idea. She said I should react to my dad. She was faithful. That seemed like a great way to both get back at my dad and to get Helen out of the picture. Getting into Helen's Tinder account wasn't hard. I knew her email, and she's the kind of person who uses the word password as her password. I made a few updates to her profile, posted some new pictures, and voila! Within minutes, she was getting messages from guys, which I replied to. There was one guy, Bill, who really took a shining to Helen. I thought it was hilarious to flirt with him. He lived alone and seemed like a total weirdo. He wanted to meet in person, but I kept telling him I wasn't ready yet. He said he understood, and he kept pouring out his soul to me. He said he felt like we were soulmates. I tried not to crack up. My friend asked why I kept checking my phone at lunch. I told her I was Tinder flirting with Bill, and she was like, okay, but weren't you just going to use this as a way to get your dad to break up with Helen? I mean, technically now you're catfishing. It was your idea, I told her, a little hurt. I know, she said, but you seem to be taking it really far. Whatever. I love this. Soon I would make sure to leave Helen's Tinder profile on the computer for my dad to discover. But one day, I logged on and I had a new message from Bill. If I don't meet you in person, I'm going to die. He said. I messaged back trying to make light of it, saying that I really needed to get to know somebody before I met with them. He replied, I'm across the street from you right now. LOL. I freaked out. Was he serious? What are you talking about, I asked. He said, I did some research and I figured out where you live. Don't be afraid of your feelings, Helen. I need to see your beautiful face in person. Then I really freaked. Was he a serial killer? What had I done? And how was I going to fix this without my dad finding out? I peeked out the window. There was a car idling across the street. Heart pounding, I messaged Bill that I didn't want to talk anymore. If you break up with me, he wrote back, I'll hurt myself. He couldn't be serious. We didn't even know each other. We weren't dating. We never even met in person. But I realized that this guy was actually crazy enough to do something terrible. I thought about calling my friend and asking advice, but I was still kind of hurt by her accusing me of catfishing. Bill said, "I'm going to come to your door unless you tell me not to. But if you tell me not to, maybe life is worth living." I told myself to just tell him not to. His mental illness wasn't my problem, but what if he really did something to himself, and all because I had played a prank on him? "It's over," I wrote. "Don't contact me again." "Too late," he answered. I started having a panic attack. My dad came in and found me shaking and in tears and asked what was wrong. I didn't want to tell him, but somehow the whole story came pouring out. He immediately went outside. I went to the window and saw him beside the car parked on the street. He was shouting at the driver, then trying to reach into the window. The car sped off, tires squealing. Dad stormed back in. "Was that Bill?" I asked. "What did you do to him?" I told him never to show his face anywhere near my house again. He whirled on me. "Do you have any idea what you've done? How dangerous that was. What if he had tried to hurt you, or me, or Helen?" I'd briefly ever heard my dad yell before. Helen came in then and demanded to know what was going on. "Tell her," said my dad. I was so humiliated and scared I couldn't speak. My dad finally got on the computer and pulled up Tinder, told me to log in. I did. Helen saw the profile that I had updated for her. She looked at the messages that I had sent to men. Then she straightened and told my dad she was going to stay with her mother. My dad demanded to know why, and she said she was not going to marry a man who had such a horrible daughter. I was so hurt and so angry. I knew that what I had done was wrong, but she was the one who had wrecked my family. I shouted at her. I don't even remember what I said. That's how upset I was. All I remember is that I ended up in my room crying into my pillow, and I heard Helen slam the front door and her car pull away. When I finally emerged from my room the next day, I was scared that my dad would still be furious, but he mostly just seemed tired. Without Helen around, he acted more like the dad I knew. "How could you do that?" was all he said. "She took you away from Mom. She ruined our family. She's mean to me, and I hate her. I miss you, and I hate how you like her better than me." I knew I sounded like a spoiled brat, but it was how I felt. To my surprise, my dad stood and hugged me. "I don't think I realized how much you were hurting," he said. "I didn't want to think about how my actions might have affected you. She just made me so happy." I told him I thought Mom had made him happy. He said people change. After that day, I waited. I kept expecting Helen every weekend I was at my dad's. She stayed gone. No word from my dad about where she was or what was happening
But
between
then we'll
them.
wash it after
Finally,
this
I
today,
gathered
okay?
my courage and asked him, "Was Helen working with me after all?" He said I was his first
You
friend,
were mean to
not
Jenny.
Helen.
I
I should have been so
When?
excited.
Well, did she say sorry?
Instead. Over the next few days, we continued to shadow
Maybe you
me.
should say
My
sorry.
friend was excited.
said, "Why do I keep reading?" She said,
But I'd taken
"Why do
away
you
my
keep
dad's
reading my
help. What if he resented
Did you
me
guys do
forever?
anything?
But I couldn't
No,
make myself
no.
apologize.
No.
Couldn't make myself tell him
Yeah.
to take Helen if he wanted. Instead, I slipped into a new Helen-free life, and I enjoyed it so much. Without her around, my dad actually wanted to go out and visit. He felt like my dad again. But one day, I came home to find Helen in the living room. I was shocked, but then angry. My dad took me aside and said that he and Helen were getting back together. I went no. I asked if I could go to my mom's house, but my dad said no. I had...
You will never hide someone's tablet. Or anything else. They can tell you. I'm watching your videos. Mama, please don't you come outside. She's 7. This isn't ready. Now you let's open it. No, that's you. I know. That's that. No, start it over. Hey, my name's Preston. I'm gonna turn. I'm gonna watch another video. Mine looks so ugly. That's mean. Yeah, that's mean, Pius. What? It's just a baby. and sister.
I don't like that title.
No, everybody pays and Bryce Kids Challenge. White pages. Oh yeah, almost. I think I kind of copied Sis versus Bro, cause yes, almost copy them. Guys, not this again. Sometimes after the boy. That's Jenny.